there is an animal alive today that is actually a living dinosaur. Every step it takes echoes from the distant past. Razor-sharp claws, an armored head, and a single kick can be deadly. Today, we call it the cassowary. Because dinosaurs did not completely disappear. Some of them were strange enough to challenge the rules of nature. It had claws reaching 3 meters, yet it was not a predator. Their bodies were covered in thick armor plates, like a walking fortress. And some were far stranger than we expected. Their wings were not 2, but 4. Dinosaurs were far more than the giant reptiles we imagine. They were some of the strangest creatures evolution has ever produced. Therizinosaurus. It had claws longer than a Tyrannosaurus arm, yet it was a herbivore. Another strange creature, Deinocheirus. Giant arms, a duck-like beak, a humpback, and a very strange body. For years, scientists had only found its arms, so no one knew what it really looked like. When the truth was revealed, no one expected a dinosaur like this. Then, the living tank, Ankylosaurus. Armor plates, bone spikes, and on its tail, a massive club. Even a Tyrannosaurus would think twice before getting close. But some were closer to the sky. Microraptor. A 4-winged dinosaur, wings on its front limbs, wings on its hind legs. It could glide between the trees. This creature is one of the most important clues to how flight began. And then, a prehistoric headbutter, Pachycephalosaurus. Scientists believe these dinosaurs competed by smashing their heads together. A kind of prehistoric show of strength. Some dinosaurs looked as if they belonged to another world entirely. Carnotaurus. Short arms, but deadly speed, and strange horns above its eyes. A predator built for the hunt. Then, Amargasaurus, 2 rows of long spines running along its neck. Scientists still do not know exactly what they were for. Display, defense, or something we still do not understand. And in the ancient forests lived a giant covered in feathers. Eutyrannus. A relative of Tyrannosaurus, but instead of scales, its body was covered in feathers. This reminds us of something. Dinosaurs were not always the scaly monsters we imagine. Some were even stranger. Parasaurolophus. A long, curved crest extending from its skull. Inside that crest were hollow chambers. Scientists believe it may have worked like a giant instrument, producing deep sounds that echoed through ancient forests. And then, one of the most unusual of them all, Oviraptor. For years, scientists believed it was a thief, a dinosaur that stole the eggs of others. But later discoveries revealed the truth. It was not stealing those eggs, it was protecting its own nest. A parent sitting over its eggs, just like many birds still do today. All of this reveals something important. Dinosaurs were not just giants, they were diverse. They were adaptable. Some walked through the forests. Some ruled the plains. Some glided between the trees. But diversity is not always strength. Sometimes it is fragility, and the story of dinosaurs is one of the greatest examples of this. Subscribe to Axiom Earth and turn on notifications for new cinematic documentaries. Because the true story of Earth is only just beginning.